My number one thing that I say to people is what you see in the news is true, but represents only 1% of reality. And if you're going to decide where you go in the world based solely on news headlines, by the same logic, I would never move back to America because of political upheaval, Black Lives Matters, protests, gun violence, school shootings, etc. You know, you name it. There's a whole litany of things that show up across the news every day that, if it bleeds, it leads, right? It's that sort of, the drama sells. But you and I both know that daily life in the US is pretty normal. You don't fear for your life every time you go to the mall necessarily. You don't sit there and have, big political upheaval discussions every moment of every day. You end up doing your job, you go to work, you go to the supermarket, we do all the things that you do as a normal human being to live your life. And in Iraq, it was very much the same. And while, yes, there was a certain amount of resistance to American presence in the country, for the most part, people were very well receptive because the US that had come in had removed a dictator for them. And so for a lot of people, that was a really positive thing. And there's also a really keen distinction between American politics and American people, which I think we do a poor job of distinguishing in the US. We tend to lump people together with their politics. You voted for this party, then I don't like you anymore. Whereas in the Middle East, I found in general they have a much more nuanced discussion. Whereas I had friends who could say, you know what, we don't like US foreign policy and we don't like what's happening in on the politics, but we think Americans are friendly people and we think that you are welcome here. And so there was a distinction that was made very early on in a lot of relationships that I formed over there, where people were easy and keen to say, we like you, but we don't like the politics that you come with. And that didn't impede any kind of relational friendships from forming. It was just simply a matter of fact. There's a difference of opinion in politics, but hey, let's go drink tea together, or let's go smoke shisha, or let's go to the park. Like it was a very open, welcome, inviting sort of experience. Sure, there were neighborhoods that were less welcoming, and there were certain demographic groups that were less welcoming. But as a whole, I found it was a very welcoming, hospitable place, and I really didn't fear for my safety at all for the entire time that I was there.